Good morning, everyone. I am the first reporter, and our topic for today is all about creating a positive school culture. So, school culture matters. This influence to the great extent how a student perform. School culture is a creation of all the people in the school and in the community, especially that of the school heads. It can be positive or negative. It can influence or adversely affect learning. A school community must therefore strive to create a positive culture. So, school culture is highly impactful, significant influence students' performance. It is collectively created by all in the school and community. With the school heads plays a key rules. It can be positive, facilitating learning, or it can be a negative that can harm it, so the school community must strive to build a positive culture. So next is 12 norms of school culture where people and programs improve. So first is collegiality, second is experimentation, high expectation, trust and confidence, tangible support, reaching out to the knowledge base, appreciation and recognition, caring, celebration, humor, involvement in discussion making, protection of what is important, traditions, and last is honest, open communication. That is the 12 norms, which is my other group mates will discuss it to you. Next is 11 vignettes. So first vignette one is the high expectation, where it provides a concrete example of how expectation where the staff set ambitious yet achievable. So they will uh, set a standard for the students so that that student kanang makakuan siya, maka-achieve siya of something na gusto sa staff or sa teacher. They adjust their behavior to communicate beliefs in every learner's potential. So, ang mga teacher is ka-adjust sila for the learners para ma-meet nila ang mga needs sa learners. Honest and open communication. It is a situation where school community members speak openly about concern, share ideas without judgment, or engaging in constructive dialogue even when often demonstrating the agree to disagree principle that underpin these norms. So pareha ng mga mag-meeting mga stakeholders, no, pwede sila maka-share sa ilang ideas and also mga parents if mag-PTA meeting. So, next is victory. So, tangible support, caring, celebration, humor. So, it shows concrete assets that provide resources or help, action that convey care for individuals' well-being, moments of celebration achievements, and the use of appropriate humor to build warmth and connection in the school environment. So there is to give a support sa impuhang parehan ang classmates or sa students. So, kuan ka lang you give a support sa ilaha para dili gud sila pa-down or something that ang support ko na imong ihatag sa ilaha is tangible support, which is ma makita nila o ma-feel nila and celebration, which is kanang gina-celebrate even the small or big things mo na siya ang celebration. And caring, which is you care with each one another. Next is involvement in discussion making, protection of what is important. So in this case, stakeholders are included in planning or choosing the effect of them, building ownerships, and where in the school actively safeguards core priorities such as through policies, practices, or collective action to uphold values like safety, health, or academic rigor. Next is 5, trust and confidence and tradition. So it is a relationship built in mutual trust, student trusting teachers to support them, staff trusting leaders to make fair decision, and this connection to long-standing school tradition that reinforce shared values and strengthen community bonds. So, which is makabuild mo og something unique nga relationship with each other. Next, Vignette 6A, which is collegiality, honest, and open communication, wherein it shows staff working collaboratively as a team, sharing responsibilities, supporting one another while maintaining transparent dialogue. For instance, teachers' discussions, challenges openly giving honest feedback, or collaboration with the solution without competence to conflicts. So um teacher is mag-give siya of honest feedback sa student kung unsay need niya i-improve, unsay kanang i-enhance niya. Next is the collegiality experimentation, reaching out to the knowledge-based appreciation and recognition, which is these norms is a several, which is team working collaboratively to test new teaching method or initiatives, seeking out research or extend expertise to inform that their work and acknowledging each other's contribute and effort as the experiment progress. Next is collegiality and tradition. It has collaborative relationship among staff and students and strengthened shared tradition such as annual events, rituals, or practice that brings the community together and reinforce teamwork and common values. Next is Vignette 8, which is tangible support protection of what is important in tradition. So it shows the school provide practical resources or help, actively upholding key priorities such as nutrition, cleanliness, and tying this effort to establish traditions and ensure these values are sustained over time. Next is reaching out to the knowledge base, which is staff actively pursuing personal growth such as attending training, research new strategies, collaborating with experts, or updating their skills to align with the best practices and standards the Philippine professional like the Philippine professional standards for teacher. Next is appreciation and recognition. It is focused on moment where individuals' effort, progress, or achievement or knowledge with sincere specific praise, showing how highlighting positive goods morally encourage continued growth and fostering a support environment. So, para sa itong ginabuhat sa atong time nga na project reading ta na, even though gamay ra kayo itong gipangutana sa mga bata, which is, kuha na to sila, oh, good job, very good, inaana. And the last is protection of what is important. So it is an action taken by the school community to safeguard the core values or priorities, such as enforcing policies that promotes well-being, maintaining standard for academic integrity, or taking collective steps to address issues that threaten with the school holds dear. And that's are the 11 vignettes norms of school cultures. Next is the meaning of school culture. So, school culture is one of the most complex and important concepts in education according to Skin 1985. It encompasses beliefs, perceptions, relationship, attitudes, and written and unwritten rules shaping and influence every aspect of how a school functions. So it includes concrete issues such as the physical and the emotional safety of students, the orderliness of classroom and public spaces, or the degree to which a school embraces racial, ethnic, linguistic, and cultural diversity, which is school culture is what shapes how a school works. These include things like what people believe, how they see things, how they get along with each other, their attitudes towards others, and the rules that both written and are spoken. It also cover practical stuff like whether student feels safety physically and emotionally, if space are not or organized, and how much the school welcome the values of all kind of different races, ethnicity, language, and culture. So how the school welcome the different tradition, different religion, different something like it is a diverse. So which is all your students is different with each other. So next is according to Spacey, school culture consists of the norms and shared experience that involves over school's history, which is Spacey focused on the evolutionary and collective nature of the school culture. Nothing it is made up of the norms or shared standards of behavior, an experience that developed gradually over the school history, and also the culture is not static. It is grows and changes as the school community does. Next is according to Scott and Marzano, 2014 state that school culture is reinforced by norms, expectation, and tradition, including everything from the dress code to the discipline system to celebrate of achievements. It described as the character of the school that gives a school qualities beyond its structures, resources, and practices. They are built through the everyday business of school life. It is the way is business is handled that both forms and reflect the culture. So, Scott and Mazzano explain that culture is strengthened and sustained by norms, expectation, and tradition from practical rules like dress code to system for discipline and ways of celebrating success. They describe it as the school characters giving it unique qualities that give beyond its physical structured resources or day-to-day practice. So, pareha sa school nato na we should practice the dress code kay mo man siya ang rules sa ato school, which is that uh, that we should wear our school uniform in Monday and our our coated uniform in Tuesday and Wednesday it is a formal attire. Then Thursday is universal uniform, and the in Friday it's an department uniform. So next is culture as a social construct. Culture is a social construct, not a genetic construct. It means that school culture is something that we do not inherit or pass on through the genes. Rather, it is something that we create and shape. It is shaped by everything that all people in school see, hear, feel, and interact with. Excuse me. Interact with. It is a creation of the school head, teachers, parents, non-teaching staff, students, and community. So it's not something we're born with or get from our genes. So dili siya gikan sa atong genes or dili siya sa atong inherent. But it is a social construct, so we build in the social or sa community. So we build and shape it together, and it's influenced by everything people in the school community see, hear, feel, and interact with. It's created by everyone's school heads, teachers, parents, and non-teaching staff, students, and communities. So, which is mabuild na ni ang um, social construct as culture through the social construction or through the social interaction with each one another. So here is we shape it. So we shape it to because we socialize to others, to we socialize to the community. Next is since late 2014 elaborates within a couple of minutes of walking into a school or a classroom, you can tell or define almost as the culture that permeates the space. It is an open and sharing environment, or it is rigid, discipline, defined playing field. It is safe and welcoming, or intimidating and confronting. Does it welcome all voices, or does it make you want to shrink? It is waiting for instruction and leadership, or it is self directed with a common purpose. So that is since late 2014 elaborates. So next is school climates and school culture. So, how does school climate differ from culture? So, it is illustrated by the attitudes and behaviors of the school staff and focus on the style of the school organizational system. It is refers to the school effect on students, including teaching practice, diversity, and the relationship among administrators, teachers, parents, and students. School climates is driven by the reflected in daily interaction of the staff, administration, faculty, students, support staff, and the outside community. Often confused with the school culture, but it's more about relationship. It is shown through the staff attitudes and behaviors, focuses on the school organizational style. It refers to how the school affects students covering teaching practice. It is refers to how the school affect the students. It's covering teaching practice, diversity, and relationships between all stakeholders. It is driven and seen in daily interaction among staff, students, and communities. So, the school climate differ from the culture because school climate refers to overall atmosphere of feelings and the school, including the safety, relationships, and the engagements, while the culture is um, underlying the values, norms, and practice that shape behavior and interaction, which is the both is related to each other naman yapon kay because in the school the teachers um, is building or developing their attitudes, their behaviors, and also their practices, and the culture is giving some values to the students, if and values and norms to the students. Next is school culture is deeper level of reflection of shared values, beliefs, and tradition between staff members refers to the way teachers and other staff members work together and the set of beliefs, values, and assumptions they share. It is a broader term and so is inclusive of school climate, which is a deeper reflection of shared values, beliefs, and tradition among staff. It's about how they work together and give some ideas they hold in common. Next, I will give to the floor to Ms. Binsulan to discuss the role of the school culture in learning.
So, good day everyone. So, I'm Janelle Binsolan and I'm the second reporter of Group 9. So, my topic is the role of school culture in learning. So, school culture matters. Research confirms the central role of culture to school success. So, school culture can be positive or negative or toxic. So, a positive school culture fosters improvement, collaborative decision-making, professional development, and staff and student learning. So, a negative culture fosters the opposite. School culture refers the values, beliefs, and relationships within the school. So, it plays an important role in the success of both students and teacher. So, if positive ang culture, so it supports learning and improvement. So, while a negative culture can be hinder progress. So, now let's proceed the elements of a positive culture. So, first is the collegiality. So, collegiality, the school atmosphere is friendly. You work in an atmosphere where responsibility and authority are shared by everyone. You can be yourself. You have not to put your best forward to impress others. So the school head does not throw his her way. She does not make her authority felt by her colleague. So collegiality means having a friendly and supportive working environment. So teachers and school leaders share responsibilities and respect other. So ang tanan naka-feel og comfortable being themselves and working together. Let's proceed about the second elements of a positive culture. Experimentation. So, experimentation. The atmosphere encourages experimentation and so will welcome mistakes as part of the learning process. So, ang sayop nato is part yun na siya sa atong learning process kay og dili ta masayop, dili po ta ma-learn. So, no student, no teacher gets punished for a mistake. So, walay estudyante, walay maestra nga mapunish kung masayop sila. So, mistakes are not intended. So, ang pagkasayop, wala man guro na nato gituyo, lain po kay tuyoon nato, di ba? So, they give a lot of lessons. So, naghatag na to og lesson ang atong mga sayop. Mao bitaw nang ingon, learn from your experiences. So, referring to his 10,000 failed attempts, then he was experimenting in the light bulb. So, Edison said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. So, the third element of a positive culture is the high expectation. So, set high expectation for high achievement. Two problems arise here, according to Robert J. Marzano warns us. So, first expectation are subtle and difficult to change. So, teachers may be unaware that they have low expectation for some students. Even when they become aware, they may have difficulty changing their expectations because their beliefs and biases have developed over the years. So, the second is what actually communicates expectations to students is teacher behavior. If teachers consciously work to change their biases but don't change their behavior toward those students from whom they have tended to expect less, their change of attitude will have little effect on student achievement. High expectations. Schools should set high expectations for students and teachers. When teachers believe students can succeed, students are more motivated to achieve better results. The fourth element of a positive culture is the trust and confidence. So students, teachers, school heads, and parents relate well and work well when relationships are solidly built on trust and confidence. So in fact, honest and open communication is possible only when there is trust and confidence in each other in the school community. I can share my inner thoughts only when I am confident that I do not get ostracized when I do. So trust and confidence. So trust and confidence help build strong relationships among students, teachers, school leaders, and parents. With trust, people communicate openly and work together to support learning. That's all my topic, and thank you so much.
So good day everyone. I am Judy Antigbao, the third reporter of Group 9, and this is the continuation of Chinilin Binsulan's report on the elements of a positive culture. So first, we're going to tackle about the tangible support. So tangible support is everyone in the school community gets concrete support for the good that they do. Support comes in is not just in words but in action. School head says to it that LCDs in the classrooms are functioning. So tangible support means giving real and concrete help to members of the school community. Support is not only given through words, but also through actions. So for example, the school head makes sure that classroom facilities like LCD, projectors are working properly so teacher can teach effectively. So this shows that school administration truly support teachers and students. So next we have reaching out the knowledge base. So teachers care to grow professionally to update themselves on content knowledge and pedagogy. The first domain in the Philippine professional standards for teachers. So this means that teachers continue to develop their professional skills and knowledge. They update themselves on new teaching strategies, subject content, and educational practices. Continuous learning helps teachers improve their teaching and follow the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers or PPST. Just like, for example, a teacher might join a workshop that introduces new teaching strategies, shows how to create more effective assessments, or provides updates on subject-specific content. So these workshops helps teachers learn modern methods, stay up to update with changes in their field, and bring new ideas into their classrooms to improve student learning. So next we have appreciation and recognition. Certainly, words of appreciation and recognition make classroom climate highly favorable. A reminder to teachers, you are not medless when you praise others. Instead, you become magnanimous, so don't be stingy with your sincere praise. The problem sometimes is our eyes are so quick to see the negative and so we despise them immediately, but our eyes are blinded to the good and so we overlook them and fail to appreciate. So appreciation and recognition create a positive classroom environment by making students feel valued and motivated. So praising efforts encourages a good behavior and builds a strong relationships. For example, when a teacher thanks Maria for helping a classmate, it reinforces kindness and inspires others to do the same. So next we have caring, celebration, and humor. So kids don't care what you know until they know what you care. They don't listen to teacher when teacher doesn't care. It may be good to remind teachers that many of students, especially those who struggle, don't receive nearly enough positive feedback in the classroom or in their personal lives. So, caring, celebration, and humor means that teachers should show kindness, encouragement, and positivity to students. So when students feel that their teachers truly cares about them, they are more willing to listen and learn. So giving a positive feedback, celebrating students' efforts, and using humor can help create a positive and motivating classroom environment, especially for students who need more encouragement. So when kids are taught with a proactive risk-heavy approach, they tend to do better. Says Erin Green of Boys Town, but be specific, generic, overly generalized comments such as good job don't really help. Complimenting a specific behavior or things for showing respect to our visiting guest. On the other hand, reinforces that particular behavior. So this means that students perform better when teachers give frequent a positive phrase. However, the phrase should be specific, not general. Instead of just saying good job, teachers should mention the exact behavior, like thank you for showing respect to our guest, because it helps students understand what good behavior they should continue doing. So we have also involvement in decision making. So involving others who are concerned with decisions to be made enhances sense of ownership. They also feel important. So when teachers, students, and other members of the school community are involved in the decision making, they feel valued and responsible for the outcomes. So this participation builds a sense of ownership and encourages cooperation in achieving the school goals. So for example, the Students' Council. So let students take part in planning events, giving them responsibility and sense of ownership. So we also have protection of what is important. So what schools consider important must form part of their tradition and so must be protected by all means. So in the activity above, mention was made on school canteen policies that include no soft drinks, no chocolates, and etc. And LIGO because the schools considers nutrition and health and cleanliness as important. So school must protect and maintain the values and policies they consider important. So for example, rules like no soft drinks or chocolates in the school canteen and the practice of CLIGO or clean as you go promote health, discipline, and cleanliness. So these practices become part of the culture and must be followed by everyone. So we have also traditions. A school must have an intentional culture-based program on shared values, beliefs, and behaviors. So this written sense of community, a truly positive school culture, is not characterized simply by the absence of gangs, violence, or disciplines problems, but also by the presence of a set of norms and values that focus school communities' attention of what is most important and motivate them to work hard toward a common purpose. So schools' traditions are activities, values, and behaviors that are consistently practiced in the school community. So these traditions help strengthen the sense of unity and shared purpose among students, teachers, and staff. So a positive school culture is not only about avoiding problems, but also about promoting values that inspired everyone to work together. So for example, the flag raising ceremonies help students practice discipline by standing attentively and following instructions. So they also promote unity as the whole school gathered together, and they show respect for the country through singing the national anthem and honoring the flag. And lastly, we have honest and open communication. No one gets ostracized for speaking up his mind. The atmosphere is such that everyone is encouraged to speak his mind without fear of being ostracized. So the agreement at every discussion is agree to disagree. So honest and open communication means that everyone in the school can freely express their thoughts and opinions without fear of being judged or excluded. So it encourages respect for different viewpoints, the idea of agree to disagree, helps people to discuss issues respectfully while accepting that others may have different opinions. So, for example, in class discussions, students can share their ideas freely, and the teacher listens without judging. So, this encourages honesty, respect for different opinions, and active participation. That is all for my report. I hope you learned something from it, and I would now like to give the floor to the next reporter, Miss Melrose Patania.
Good morning, everyone. I am Melrose B. Patania. So my topic today is about teachers and students' norms. So shared norms are common expectations followed by both teachers and students to maintain a positive, respectful, and productive school culture or school environment. So according to Booth and Larmer 2018, these norms help create fairness, engagement, and a strong school culture. So checking these norms weekly ensures that everyone stays consistent in their behavior and responsibilities. So at ito sa teacher's norms. So, teacher's norms are guidelines that helps teachers build a supportive and effective learning environment. So, these norms include first that teacher or teach in different ways, no? So teacher must use various strategies so all learners can understand no matter their learning style. So number two, we have call students by name or by their name. So using a student's name shows respect, builds connections, and fosters welcoming classrooms atmosphere. And number three, we have care about students' feelings. Teachers are encouraged to understand students' situations and show empathy. So, it helps students feel valued and emotionally supported. And number four, we have a good attitude. So, teachers should stay calm, use kind words, and dapat have patience or taas kag pasensya and greet students politely. So, positive attitudes helps create a safe and comfortable classrooms. And number five, help students understand. So, teachers must explain lessons clearly, dapat klaro. And ikaduha is work at a reasonable pace and support different learning styles and re-explain kung kinahanglanon. So, it ensures all students learn successfully. So, number six, attend school regularly. Being present and consistent shows professionalism and the ability or responsibility. So number seven, that be respectful. Teacher should give students what they need to learn. Kung need man nila nga improve ang kana or kana ang student, so ikaw as a teacher, as you have right, dapat habaan mo siya. And gamit o while discuss or ikaw as a teacher, dapat mag-use of proper language and use supportive words, and if needed sa isa ka imong estudyante nga need nila space, allow space when needed, no? So number 8, have a growth mindset. So teachers believe that both they and their students can always improve. Yes, correct. So kano siya is nag-encourage to continuous learning. So next, ato sa student norms. So students' norms guide learners in building good habits and becoming responsible members of the school community. So, first, have a growth mindset, no? Kung na ang teacher, syempre dapat students. Students should believe in herself or in his or herself na they can improve and learn from mistake and keep trying. No, so kana siya nga mindset nag-boast of confidence and motivation. Number 2, we have speak positively about learning. Students are encouraged to talk about their abilities or abilidad with confidence and positivity. Dapat positive ka and you have a confidence. So number 3, call classmates by their name. So this builds respect, kindness, and a sense of belonging among students. Okay, number 4 is be responsible for their work or for your work as a student. So, student must prepare materials, no? Advocate for themselves, meet deadlines, no? So, mostly mga students kay mupas sila og deadline na. So, dapat ikaw as a student is mupas ka before the deadline. For example, karon ugma ang deadline, so pwede ka karon ka mo pass, no? So, and last is arrive on time. So, kana siya responsibility helps students succeed academically and personally. No? So, we have number 5, listen or maminaw. Students should listen to bikin saman. So, teachers, classmates, guests, and sa instructions sa maestra. No? So, good listening skills helps maintain order and improve learning. So, number 6, we have attend school regularly. So, regular attendance ensures students to do not fall behind and stay engaged. So, number 7, be a good team player. Students are encouraged to give helpful feedback, stay calm, and encourage classmates. Isa po na siya ka-importante as a classmate or as a student. And stay on topic and use proper language and communicate clearly. So this behavior helps build a cooperative and respectful classroom community. And for the conclusions, shared norms between teachers and students promote harmony, respect, and active learning. When both groups follow these expectations, the school community become more supportive and effective. No? So these kaninga norms build not only academic success, but also the character and positive relationship, which are essential or important for a healthy school culture. So, that's all of my report or topic. Thank you.
School culture is a character of a school that gives the school qualities beyond its structure, resources, and practices. It is created by all the people in the school. It is not inherent and so is not passed on through the genes. School culture includes school climate and so school culture is broader than school climate. School climate is a rational while school culture is a deeper level of reflection of shared values, beliefs, and tradition. Undoubtedly, school culture affects learning, and so school must, by all means, build positive, not toxic school culture.